Welcome back, folks. Sorry about the delay, but we're going to have the next 3 sets in my Monster Hunter Rise mix set series coming at you. This time, we're going to focus on the bow. Originally, I was hoping to focus on the greatsword for episode 4, but I had to make some serious revisions to one of the sets, and until I get that ironed out, we're going to keep pushing out content instead. So, back to the weapon at hand. We're going to be taking this extremely versatile ranged weapon, a weapon that's been in the series ever since the 2nd generation, and find ways to decimate our marks from afar. So one of the bow's inherent strengths is in its capability to dole out elemental damage. So for this first set, we're going to lean into that with the rapid fire Elementalist. Now before we get into it, this is a set that can be easily adapted to any of the weapon's elements. You just swap out the decorations and the rampage skill, and you have a different element for a different set. Now, while the graphics here are going to show this set built around Dragon element, keep in mind that it can be made with any of the elements. Our weapon is the Rampage Bow S with the following skills: Attack Boost 4, your chosen element 3, Firing Rapid, use Power Shot and Exhaust Coating, and the Arc Shot's going to be Affinity. For the gear, we're going to have the Mighty Bow Feather, Azure Age Howdy, Valstrax Braces, Anjanath Coil S, Ingot Greaves S, and a Talisman with normal Rapid up 2, and Constitution 2 with at least 2 deco slots of any type. Now onto the decorations. We're going to put 3 critical decos into the chest, arms, and waist. And we're going to have 5 element decos, once again pictured here dragon, in the waist, legs, and talisman. And that's pretty much it. It's a super simple set, and aside from the talisman, it can be easily put together by pretty much anyone, regardless of your RNG luck. This gives us 5 points in elemental attack, 4 points in constitution and attack boost, 3 points going into crit boost and weakness exploit, 2 points in critical eye and normal rapid up, with 1 point in dragon heart and bow charge plus. So we're going to be leaning heavily into the nature of rapid fire bows with this build. We get an effective affinity of 60%, and it gets boosted to 75 when we're using the affinity arc shot. It's a simple set, mostly meant for racking up the elemental damage. I don't worry too much about affinity here since only raw damage can get crit multiplier, while elemental damage isn't affected by critical hits. And honestly, if you have a similar talisman to what I'm running here, but it has 3 slots of any size, you can substitute the ingot legs for the Hunter Greaves, toss in an extra attack jewel into the legs, and effectively still run the max elemental attack. This set is versatile, easy to put together, and great for even the unluckiest of talisman hunters. Now for the next set, we're going to go the status ailment route, by putting a little bit of dynamite in the tip of our arrows. We're going to be using the exploding arrow build for this one, and boost the overall damage by using the 120 points that we get when we blast bite a monster. Our weapon is once again going to be the Rampage Bow S. I guess you could probably sense a pattern here so far. Attack Boost 4, Blast 2, Firing Rapid, we're going to use Power Coating and Paracoating, and the Arc Shot is going to be Affinity as far as what we're going to be doing for the Rampage skills. Our gear is going to be the Mighty Bow Feather, Jelly Vest S, Valstrax Braces, Anjanath Coil S, Golden Hakama, and once again using the same talisman from the previous build, a normal Rapid 2, Constitution 2 with 2 slots of any size. For the decorations, we're going to have Blast Attack and Recovery in the chest, Physique on the arms, Tenderizer and 2 Quick Loads on the waist, and then we're going to put 3 Steadfast Decos on the legs and tally, with also a Brace Deco going into the tally. This will give us Constitution 3, Weakness Exploit 3, Attack Boost 3, and Stun Res 3. As for the 2-point skills, that's going to be Critical Boost, Reload Speed, Attack Boost, and Normal Rapid Up. Now onto the 1-point skills, Dragonheart, Recovery Speed, Bow Charge Plus, Latent Power, and Flinch Free. We're leaning into the Blast status ailment here, which procs frequently during a hunt. This is especially true during Rampage quests, I've noticed, which is helpful when one of the Rampage objectives is to inflict status ailments. And Blast, being a status ailment, it tends to proc more frequently, and even if you run a Rampage solo, you could most likely get that objective done. Plus, it's always so satisfying to see that 120 damage proc with a glorious explosion. Just like the Elementalist set, the Exploding Arrow set benefits greatly from how swiftly rapid-fire bows attack, allowing for more chances to inflict Blast Blight on a monster. Now on to the final mix set of this series, we're going to focus on pure, raw damage. Now, sure, you can put together your bow mix sets around a monster's inherent weakness, and that's all well and good. But what, may you ask, is every single monster weak against? It's damage. They're all weak against damage. So with this set, I call it the purely raw bow build, and it's simply that, a raw damage-centric bow mix set. And once again, we're going to be using the Rampage Bow S for this set. Now the Rampage skills we're going to be running are Attack Boost 4, Non-Elemental Boost, Firing Rapid, we're going to use Power Coating and Sleep Coating, and the Arc Shot is going to be Affinity. For the gear, we have the Mighty Bow Feather, Azure Age Howdy, Golden Kote, Anjanath Coil S, Golden Hakama, and once again the same tally that we've been using this whole time, a Normal Rapid 2, Constitution 2 with 2 deco slots. As for the decorations, we're going to put a Tenderizer deco in the chest, Force Shot and Brace on the arms, Tenderizer and 2 Quick Loads on the waist, with 3 Steadfast decos in the legs and talisman, and a Brace decoration on the talisman. This ends up giving us 4 points in Constitution, 3 points in Normal Rapid Up, Weakness Exploit, and Stun Res, 2 points going into Flinch Free, Latent Power, Critical Boost, Reload Speed, and Attack Boost, with 1 point in Heroics and Bow Charge Plus. For this set, we're going to have to get creative with how we boost damage. Instead of focusing on just Attack Boost, we're going to be relying on the max 3 levels of Normal Rapid Up to boost the damage of our rapid fire volleys by 20%. And to better hit those critical hits, we're taking the 50% boost from Weakness Exploit and utilizing both Latent Power and the Affinity Arc Shot to give us a boosted affinity of up to 85%. It's essentially a no-frills, no-gimmick, raw damage set. It's versatile enough to take on any hunt regardless of what the monster is weak against. So while it's never a bad idea to focus on a monster's weakness, there's just something inherently satisfying about focusing in on a monster and just laying the smackdown with pure, raw, unadulterated DPS. So with another episode in the book, I hope that one of these bow builds can make its way into your repertoire. The bow has felt so nice in Rise. I personally like how they gave us different shot types, and I'm so thankful that they got rid of that arc shot with the dropping rocks. That was Flinch City, and coming from a longsword player, it's kind of funny to think about it, but yeah, I always hated it when that would happen. Now, while all these sets have been rapid fire sets, much of that was based on how I haven't really been super lucky with talismans for my bow builds. Ideally, you could swap Rapid for Pierce or Spread fairly easily if you have a similar talisman to what I was running with Pierce or Spread rather than Normal Rapid Up. And as for some news, guys, something exciting and new just came down my pipeline. I'm pleased to announce that I've been accepted into the Capcom Creator Program. Many of you who also watch me on Twitch already know this, but I did want to make sure to announce it here. So make sure you drop a like and a sub if you dig what you just watched. Check me out on my socials, or when I go live on Twitch. And as always, you stay frosty, archers, and get lifted. I will catch you on the next one.